The views and opinions expressed in the Golden Boot podcast are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the Golden Boot podcast as a whole.
Y'all ready to get rolling? Quiet on the set. Hey, welcome back for real this time to another episode HBCU. I always your boy Pooh. I got my man Aunt Petty Murphy in the building. What's good with you, my boy?
I'm good over here, my boy. How you doing over there?
Man, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a little I ain't gonna say I'm off my game because that's just about the same thing I do every time we come on here. I find some way to all right, for those of you watching, don't know what we're talking about. I had started to show up like, you know what I'm saying, like normal, had the music playing and everything. All of a sudden the music stopped. I'm like, what's going on? And said, hey, you ain't hit to go live. So I was ready. I just y'all weren't ready. But man, we in here. Fun night. About to get y'all involved in some things, man. We'll announce that after we get back from the break. We got a lot of good stuff to talk about. Some the coaching search, my God, it's gotten wild, and we ain't even talking about FAMU this time. We had some things pop up in the last 2-3 hours. Definitely gonna talk about them. It's interesting, very interesting. Gotta get things going, but y'all know what we gotta do first. Gotta give a shout out to our sponsors over at BetOnline. BetOnline.ag will be back in 1 minute. BetOnline.ag is your number one source for all your sports information, stats, news, and scores. Get the latest odds, lines, and player injury reports for this year's NBA and NHL playoffs. BetOnline is always your sports information headquarters. This season, we have you covered for all your sports wagering needs. We have everything from NBA, NFL, MLB, and NHL to golf, tennis, UFC, and boxing. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to get your betting info, including live betting options and your favorite casino and card games that you can play right from your home. Head on over to betonline.ag today or use your mobile device to get in on the action. Be sure to use the promo code BLEAV to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. Hey, and we are back. We talked last Thursday about Tennessee State hockey and stuff, that they're getting close to getting a head coach. They had already named a director of operations. Well, Tennessee State now has a brand new commit, their first ever hockey commit. It is Xavier Abel. Shout out to HBCU Game Day. Simone was able to, no pun intended, she was able to get an interview with Xavier. But he's currently, if I'm not mistaken, he's from Drury University. He's a forward from Chicago, Illinois. 22, 5'10". I think he's like 5'10", 170, something like that. So lots of experience, man. Looking forward to seeing him. He's the first domino to fall, and we talked about it, and getting black players. Yeah. First one. So it's gonna be big, man. I look forward to seeing a lot of those kids. That's gonna be a bad. I was gonna say a lot of those kids out of, the North Chicago area and come in, and I was gonna say they can shoot that thing, but that would have been in bad taste. So. But for real though, man, a lot of those kids though from up north, a lot of those kids from up north play hockey and stuff all the time. So
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting to me to see how they fill out their roster and how they go about recruiting. Do they go for all kind of like college transfer kind of players, or do they go for some, high school get kids and try to, or is it a mixture of both? It's just I'm gonna be curious to see how they go about their recruit.
I think it's got to be a mixture. I think you have to get because you've got to get some guys with some experience, but you also got to get some younger guys to help develop and build your program around. Uh, kind of let's be honest, like a football rebuild or a basketball rebuild. When say a coaching change, you got to have some older guys who can come in and lead the way. With some experience and stuff to kind of keep you competitive. But you got to have some younger guys to keep your program growing who can also sit back, learn, get that toolage they need, and move forward. So my question is, because of course they'll be able to field a team, but my question is, how soon will they be able to feel it? They start up next season, so don't have a coach right now either. So
I think that's the big part of it. I think the coach, you get the coach, and then everything else falls into place.
yeah, what's good, Adrian? What's good, Simple? Nick in this thing. Nick says, what's up, y'all? Ask
Hey.
Ant how it feels. All right, I'm done on the Bulls. I'm done on to the Bulls.
Not to worry about Devin Booker.
Yeah. So
Adrian, Adrian about to throw a whole bunch of shots up in this thing tonight. He's been doing it all day.
I know you are. It's gonna be some. It's interesting. It's gonna be some very interesting.
Just wait till we get to a certain topic, then he finna.
Oh, I already know. I already know what topic it might start early. He might start it. What's called. Speaking of hot topics, man. This is one that's been going around circulating for a couple days. FAMU, and we ain't even talking about football. Can we say FAMU strikes out? FAMU Bowler kicked off the team. And the story, the narrative was she's kicked off the team for studying or saying
Concentrate on her studies.
Concentrate. Yeah, leave saying she's going to go simple with the shots. But no, I said she had to lead the team because of basically. So I actually was just listening to when the parents talk about it with Mr. Vaughn over at HBCU game day. The story I gather, the young lady asked to step away or miss practice due to studies. Said that she wrote an email, didn't get a response. Said then she sent another email that where she highlighted that was one of the rules to concentrate on studies. Still didn't. I don't know what that is. Still didn't get a response. And then she had a meeting with the coach. They had discussion. It was a disagreement, and she was told she is a cancer to the team, and her services are no longer needed. Some of her teammates decided to back her up, and they were, kind of in conjunction with her walking out, and they too were told if you leave, you will no longer be on the team. They left, and they are told they're no longer on the team. Their scholarships were revoked. Then I just heard their scholarships were reinstated or they would be honored. But some of the parents are saying they still got bills, saying they owe money. So, yeah, thoughts.
This reminds
boy, because I was gonna say I know what they remind me of, but go ahead.
This reminds me of Grambling with the volleyball team.
Bingo.
I know the similar situations aren't very similar as far as the the circumstances around the players being released from the team or whatever, but it just whenever I first heard the story, that's the first thing that came to my mind. And then if you couple that with the coaching search and the bad publicity from there, it's very similar to Grambling because at the same time they had the Art Browse bad publicity going on around Grambling at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So it just seems like FAMU kind of can't get out of their own way right now, man. And it's very self-inflicted. What's going on in FAMU right now?
Always. Yeah. Also similar to the FAMU situation. This is a brand new head coach. So these aren't the players she necessarily recruited.
Yeah.
I think if I'm not mistaken, there are 6 players that remained, but they end up disbanding the team. I don't know fully the you know what I'm saying. I couldn't get all that research done before the show. Well, I ain't gonna say I couldn't. I didn't. I'm not sure.
I saw something that came out from AD Sykes saying that the remainder team is gonna have the scholarships honored, but I don't know if that means everybody except the young lady that was dismissed or the ones who decided to remain. Like I don't know exactly which group that is. So
Mm-hmm.
I think we still waiting on this story to finish unfolding. But it's a bad look right now, bro.
Dang, Adrian. Y'all crucial. Y'all killing me in the what you call it in the chat. Adrian says as the SWAC turns starring FAMU.
Right.
These I ain't gonna even put that up there. Y'all are killing me. So kind of
Yeah, it's definitely self-inflicted, bro.
yeah,
Definitely self.
that's bad. I guess on the good news front for FAMU, FAMU's coaching search, that they got from the firm, the candidates, I think it was a list of 45. They are down to 5. They listed it. I saw it listed somewhere, and I did not look at it. I mean, I looked at it, but I can't remember where it was. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it right now.
I mean, at this point, will they be happy with any hire down there in FAMU? Or what hire? Instead of saying any hire, what hire will make them happy in FAMU? Rattler Nation.
That's a good question. I was talking to some of our guys. You know, a name I didn't, because I know me and you talked about it. A name that I didn't mention that I thought about was like, it makes a little sense to me because he's an alum. He's now has coaching experience. Quinn Gray. He's currently at Albany State, but from what I've been told, they didn't want him, or he was not.
Adrian said coaches on staff.
He said those coaches off the staff.
Oh, off the staff.
Yeah. He also said that the firm hustled them. LOL. Yeah. Hold on to that simple. I'm gonna answer. We'll answer that a little bit later by Super Bowl. That's a good question though. That's a good question. Hold on, I'm trying to find. I literally just saw it somewhere about the list of coaches that they named, and they had the names listed. And none of those coaches that they had on the list that I saw were from FAMU. Not a single one. I didn't recognize any of those names. Doesn't mean that they're not on staff, but the names I saw, I didn't think any of those didn't look like they were staff members. So yeah. So it's gonna be interesting. But in other news, Jackson State brings back former All-American, former alum and All-American. And I can't find his name. We're gonna have to start the show all over. Golly, it's Jay. And I literally just saw it because I
My bad. I'm over here watching the Jackson State Texas Southern game.
all right, hold on, here we go. Javancy Jones, I'm sorry. All SWAC. He was an all SWAC linebacker. He was an All-American. Finished career at Jackson State, 351 tackles. He was recently the head coach at Louisville High School. He's now going to be on the staff. I'm trying to see what his position they said. I want to say it was linebackers. I could be wrong. Yeah. But yeah. Coach Javancy Jones back at Jackson State. But that I think that's kind of the excitement's kind of short-lived because another Jackson State coach, and I do have it right here. I'm tripping hard tonight. But it's the other name that I don't have. Coach O, Big O, leaving Jackson State, going to South Alabama.
Interesting.
Yeah. He was the O-line and co-offensive coordinator.
That's
leaving
right there.
Yeah. Jason Oyambuga.
Is he gonna is he actually gonna be the offensive coordinator though?
No, he's not gonna be offensive coordinator. He's just the O-line coach.
Okay.
Yeah, he was O-line and offense and co-offensive coordinator at Jackson State.
I got you. Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of interest,
you ready for this one? All right, Adrian, get your petty ready. So it was probably a couple hours before the show. Word spread that Ole Miss was reaching out to interview none other than Grambling's brand new head coach, Mickey Joseph, for a wide receiver coach position. He hadn't even signed this. I mean,
he signed.
They agreed to a deal. They're still waiting on board approval.
Yep.
Yeah.
Board's supposed to meet next month.
Yeah. Right after that, right after that, he left. A.D. Scott put out a picture, say a picture's worth 1,000 words. He had a picture of him sitting in the office with Mickey Joseph and another coach, and like Mickey and the other coach were looking at paperwork or signing something else, and he was just sitting there. So very interesting.
I ain't really worried about this one.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you shouldn't be. If something happens and Mickey's gone, you do have Dooley.
Stop it. They better bring John Simon back.
Y'all got Dooley. Oh, you ain't got nothing to worry about.
Better bring John Simon back. But no, I don't think he's going nowhere, man.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think this was Ole Miss only. Offer.
Dude, stupid, man.
Adrian. Oh my goodness. Adrian said, I hope he gets hired. I got a special hood getting made for the classic. That's hilarious. Yeah. Oh man. You want to talk about this Jay White question? Jay White says, well, what do you know about A&M's Alabama A&M's new defensive coordinator, Thomas Howard from South Carolina State? He came from South Carolina State. I'm gonna say he's pretty good.
My only question is, how much of that was him? How much of that was Buddy Pugh?
Oh, that's a real good question. That's a real good question.
But he's been around at other places too. He's been in like North Carolina A&T and some other places. So I think he a good defensive mind. I just don't know how much credit I could give him for South Carolina State's defense, considering the mastermind of that is Buddy Pugh.
Yeah, I mean he was over the linebackers,
and
they had some dogs.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Saying linebacker, I don't know. I think A&M's going to be in a good spot with him. My question is, how long will he be at A&M?
Good question. Good question.
Yeah, because I don't know. Jay White, I don't know if yeah. Jay White, I don't know how much longer y'all Coach Maynor. Speaking of Coach Maynor, I think if I'm not mistaken, today or yesterday was his birthday. So happy birthday, Coach Maynor.
You forgot a coaching hire, man.
Oh, I ain't forgot it. I ain't forgot it.
That's the one.
Y'all thought he was done. Y'all thought he was done with HBCUs. They should have never gave you naysayers money. Hugh Jackson. Hugh Jackson is said to be rumored to possibly be the next coach or finalizing a deal with Morehouse.
They say they're negotiating right now, so looks like he the guy.
I want to know a list of their other candidates because Gerald Witcher, who was just the head coach, wasn't there but 8 months or so. He is gone. I want to know because my understanding was he was not supposed to be the guy last year. They had somebody else in mind. My question is, who was in mind? Because he's gone.
Hugh Jackson, I guess.
It couldn't have been Hugh. I doubt it was Hugh.
Nah,
it's gonna be. I really want to know.
Oh, it's over with, man.
Yeah.
I mean, is it a good hire though?
So I'm gonna go by something we talked about. Hugh Jackson wasn't a bad coach; he was a bad fit at Grambling.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily fully know the culture of Morehouse, but I know he's a good coach. So can he go to Morehouse and turn them around and at least get them competitive?
We'll find out. He ain't gonna be able to wear them Louis Vuitton boots.
Hugh.
That red suit will fit in pretty good though, but I don't know about
he can't wear that red. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So hold on. Can you hear them?
Mm-hmm.
I have to yell at them. So. My bad. Tomorrow, the SWAC is releasing their full schedule. Well, he said he got to burn that red suit. But yeah, tomorrow the SWAC is releasing the full schedule. We have had some teams leak their schedule. I say leak. They've released their schedule already. Alabama A&M's open up with Auburn. Then they play 2 D2 schools, and then they have Austin P. If I'm not mistaken, is it Southern or is it Grambling that has ULL? Grambling got they open it with ULL.
And they got Tuskegee in the hole.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Anything interesting so far that you've seen? Some of the schedule that are released. I know we're gonna go into details. And, you know what I'm saying? We'll talk about some of the other.
I mean, Grandma having Tuskegee come to them that's a big one to me, bro. I couldn't tell you. Well, the UL game is huge too because I think it's on like the second time they've ever played. So I think that'll be a big one. But Tuskegee coming to the hole is pretty big too, bro.
There was somebody else had they posted and they said I forget who it is. They said playing such and such schedules the former MEAC school, and it was Savannah State. I was like, why don't you just say SIAC? Because that's where they at now. They're you try. It's like they're trying to make it seem like it was, another school. So for instance, North Carolina A&T, former MEAC school. Hampton, former MEAC school. Savannah State, yeah, former MEAC school, but they're D2 now. Say that. SIAC. Say that.
Look better, man.
Yeah, you're trying to make it look. Come on, man. I'm all for like Tuskegee playing. I mean, A&M playing Tuskegee or Alabama State playing Tuskegee because those are rivalry games. My problem with A&M playing D2 schools is because they'll go and they do what they're supposed to do. They dominate. They win those games. But if you do that, same thing happened last year. You start winning these SIAC games and then you struggle with everybody else. What is it doing for you?
Or you mess around and lose one of them games.
Or you know what I'm saying, you mess around and you playing, you know what I'm saying, like they opened up with UAB a couple years ago. They opened up with Vanderbilt last year. They opened it with Auburn this year. The potential that's what drives with A&M. Every year it seems like injuries derail the season. Yeah. That's what I don't like, and it's just like, come on, gotta survive. But anyway, that's that. Adrian is killing me. Adrian is killing me. Before we move on to basketball, I want to talk this one. Simple brought up earlier. He asked about what do y'all think about Super Bowl being pay-per-view soon?
I don't think they're gonna do that. Just because I think that they want their viewership.
Mm-hmm.
And the casual fan who just coming to watch the halftime show and the commercials ain't gonna pay for it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So I don't think they would do that, but we'll see.
My bad. Your boy trying to get one over on me over here. But yeah, I don't think so either. I understand why he's saying it, but I don't think so. Should we reveal to the? I'm gonna go ahead and reveal it. Before we get to basketball, we talk basketball. We've been talking for a while, saying we want to get more, you know, saying get y'all more involved and stuff, and that's going to happen. We still got to work out some kink, figure out some stuff, but bam, as you can see at the top, it's changed. We got a phone number for y'all to call. Don't call it now because you ain't gonna get through. But we'll have callers at the end of the show, so we can talk, get y'all's questions and stuff. We may not be able to talk back and forth quite just yet, but we're gonna work out the kinks and get that worked out. But I did want to put that up there, so you know, saying if y'all have something you want to talk about, you can go ahead and get it in. You can text. If you got questions, you can text those in. We might be able to go ahead and answer those, but you can also call. We'll do that at the end of the show. So, bam, there you go. All right, now back. Let's do a little basketball recap real quick. Talk about some 5 basketball games this past weekend. I want to start with SWAC women. All right. So this past weekend, this past Saturday, you had hold on one second.
Adrian, you funny, man. Troll of the year right there, bro.
All right, my bad. What he said? I said, hey, how do
you feel knowing that I can get a rise out of your AD on Facebook? This man going back and forth with Travion on Facebook. That dude funny, man.
That's hilarious. All right, here we go. So this past weekend, on the SWAC side, Grambling women beat Southern 69-45. Alcorn beat Texas Southern 69-51. Jackson State rolled over Prairie View A&M 91-54. And Bethune-Cookman took down Mississippi Valley 76-57. Last but definitely not least, UAPB beat Florida A&M 85-62. But that was not the one of the most impressive things. Zay Green dropped a triple-double on FAM. She had a resounding 20 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists. She wasn't alone in that. I forget the other young lady's name. She had a double-double, and then their center, Maya, I want to say it's Maya Jones. Maya Jones had, I think, 10 points and 4 blocks in that game as well. Massive game for UAPB. Massive game in the, let me get back to it. In the SWAC women's side, of course, you got Jackson State sitting up top at 5-0. Grambling is right behind them at 4-1. Then you got a slew of teams at 3-2, including Bethune, A&M, UAPB, and Southern. Prairie View, Alcorn, FAMU sit at 2-3. Texas Southern 2-4. Alabama State 1-4, and Valley is at 1-5.
Yeah, Bethune knocked off UAPB women tonight. Jackson State with a big win over Texas Southern women tonight. FAMU knocked off Mississippi Valley ladies tonight, and Prairie View with a big win over Alcorn.
Mm-hmm. All right.
SWAC
Moving on.
Tonight.
Yeah, moving on to the men's side of things. This little dude here. he think he's slick, man. Hold on, waiting on my browser to refresh. But while we talking about it, man, on the men's side, Alabama State and Grambling sit at number 1 in the SWAC.
Yeah, Gremlin had a big win over Southern on Saturday.
Yeah, Alabama State has just been rolling, bro. I was not expecting that. Man, that's wow. All right, let me see if I got if this thing and refreshed. All right, here we go. This past Saturday, you had uh Grambling beat Southern 79-62. Texas Southern beat Alcorn 72-61. UAPB squeaked out a win 99-97 over FAMU. You had Prairie View. This one blew my parlay. FAMU 71-62 win over, I'm sorry, Prairie View 71-62 win over Jackson State. And Bethune with an 80-64 win over Valley. Again, like I said, as of right now, you got Alabama State and Grambling sitting at number 1 in the SWAC. Tied at number 1 in the SWAC.
Yeah. It's a couple games going on right now. Alcorn ahead of Prairie View right now, 59-40. Close game, FAMU, Mississippi Valley, 34-32. Jackson State ahead of Texas Southern, 26-21. And UAPB over Bethune right now, 22-17. So,
Yeah.
Adrian say I'm hating JSU girl basketball team badly right now. Everybody is, bro.
Yeah, they rolling. 5-0. That loss tonight by UAPB. That hurt them, put them two behind. But as we've seen, Jackson State will roll through the regular season, man, and come down to that postseason play. I mean, to that tournament. And it can be anybody ball game. Somebody get hot quick.
Yep.
Yeah. On the MEAC, man, it was a huge weekend in the MEAC. Big shakeup on men's and women's side. On the women's side, nothing big. Well, let me go through. Coppin State with a 67-47 win over Morgan State. Central women 75-61 over South Carolina State. Maryland Eastern Shore with a 76-45 win over Delaware State. In the biggest game, Howard with a resounding 73-60 win over Norfolk State. I didn't see that one coming.
Huge win right there.
Very huge. And with that, Coppin State is now currently sitting number 1 in the MEAC on the women's side. The men's side got wild as well.
Yep.
Very wild. Here we go. On the, my bad, man. This thing refreshing. I don't know why.
Talking about the games from Saturday?
Yeah.
South Carolina State beat North Carolina Central 71-68. Delaware State beat Maryland Eastern Shore 67-63. Norfolk State beat Howard 65-61. And Morgan State beat Coppin State 89-86 in OT.
Yeah. There we go. With that, and then Morgan State win over Coppin State helped. And now Delaware State sits atop the MEAC in the men's side.
Yep.
Yeah.
North Carolina right there behind them.
Yeah. I know they're not technically they're not, but I call them the independent schools. You got North Carolina and I'm waiting on it. Golly, I'm sorry. I hate this thing is refreshing. Because I pulled it up early, so now it's refreshing with all the new stuff. All right, here we go. North Carolina A&T The women sit in second place in a CAA at 4-1, sitting behind Stony Brook. Unfortunately, Hampton is all the way at the bottom at 1-4. They're second to last. On the men's side, it's not that much of a difference. I think the men, I was waiting on that to refresh. The men sit in fourth place, or I'm sorry, they sit tied. Actually, they sit tied for second at 4-2. They sit behind Drexel's number one. They sit behind North Carolina, Wilmington, Charleston, and Towson. Hampton is dead last at 0-7.
That's tough.
Mm-hmm. In both the men's and women's in the OVC, their teams they're existing on pretty much. They're like middle of the pack.
Yeah, Tennessee State fourth right now, 4-3.
Yeah, talking about men's or women's?
Men's.
Yeah. Yeah. It's nothing special. Well, Adrian is going at it's hilarious. Jay White said it's time for Tamika Reed to get hired away.
That's a sensitive subject right there.
Mm-hmm. Jacksonville focus on Keegan Coach Reed. Them people coming for.
Yeah, they coming. They coming for real.
Yeah. Jay White say FAMU is trash in basketball. The women ain't. The women actually doing pretty well. Or decent. They're doing decent. So I hope they get them. Trying to see what else we got. Last but certainly not least. We talked about Talladega gymnastics, Talladega basketball, man. They are on it's weird. It's weird how this is. They're on a 13-game win streak. They do have a loss in there, but the loss was against Mercer in an exhibition about 2 weeks ago or so. So it doesn't count. Yeah.
Great.
So with that, take that out. They're on a 13-game win streak, and most of those wins have come against like D2 teams. They're in the NAIA, they are dominating. Yeah, speaking of that same Morehouse basketball team that had played a real close one against Howard, they beat them by 2. So, yeah, Talladega men's basketball is rolling right now. I didn't look up the women. It's just so that caught my eye. And you 13-0, you know. And tonight they're playing Russ College, Coach Green squad. I mean, it's not his. I mean, I think he coached the girls, but you know what I'm saying? Russ College. I don't know how that one's going, just simply because I just hadn't checked it out, tuned in to check it out. But it's on HBCU Plus, channel 119. So they're supposed to play a game last Tuesday too, but it got canceled due to the or postponed due to the weather. So, all right, let's get ready to wrap this up. Hey, Lord have mercy. I don't know. I'm nervous to do this, y'all. If you want to give us a call, text, jump on, you can do so at 225-308-1234. So you want to call, we here to discuss. I'm so nervous. Y'all don't get us canceled. That's all I ask.
That's Adrian, the one you got to worry about.
Don't get us canceled. Dang.
See what I'm talking about?
I see. He asked a serious question about FAMU. Who can replace Willie Simmons? I guess he's talking about on staff. I think Coach Rowe could have did it.
Yeah.
I think who's another one? The interim coach. Who's the interim? I can't think of his name off top of my head.
SWAC fans said they texted it. They had their job. Don't
All
get
right. Yeah. Go ahead, text. We'll get it. We'll see. Let's see who we get.
I don't need nobody getting fired, bro.
Yeah, don't get fired, please don't.
Just wasn't be.
Adrian said, "I'm gonna stay off the line." Simple hit me early. He got me early. He said that I know we don't talk politics, but it was funny. He said your boy he said you hear about your boy DeSantis dropping out. That's hilarious. I mean, he stuck with them folks in Florida.
Bad business.
Yeah. Yep. We got any more updates on scores in the SWAC? Or because nobody in the MEAC, nobody in the MEAC is playing tonight except for Maryland Eastern Shore.
See. Alcorn putting it on Prairie View 71-49. Halftime FAMU 39, Mississippi Valley 35. At halftime, Jackson State up 31-21 on Texas Southern.
Mm-hmm.
And 27-27 Bethune, Arkansas Pine Bluff in the first half.
That works. All right, I'm trying to see if I can find. See if I can find this. See what Talladega doing. If it's on here, it might not even be on here. I might have to get my tablet.
Man, Adrian on one tonight, bro.
Oh, they girl. Yeah. All right. I'm trying to see. Talladega up 56-44 on Russ with 4 minutes left in the half. I mean, the second half. So they on their way. Well, on their way to
14 in a row.
14 in a row.
That's impressive.
Very. Ooh, what an alley oop. 58-44, 3:39 left. Yeah, it's a wrap for them. It's a wrap. Yeah, I think that's it, man. Go ahead and get up out of here. We'll be back on Monday. We should be able to I think we'll have Coach G on to talk the Shrine Bowl. It's a lot of HBCU representation in the Shrine Bowl this year. I gotta check and see what else. Thursday we'll be back. I have no idea what we're gonna talk about on Thursday. We'll figure it out though. I'm scared to even look. Yeah, he do. Coach Green coached the girls. Yeah, but I know Russ still his squad though. 58-46, 2:50 left in the game. Yeah, it's a wrap. God, oh, Kansas. Yep.
SWAC fan. Appreciate you tuning in, brother.
Yeah. Most definitely. Appreciate you, my guy. All right. We ain't got nothing else, man. We can get up out of here.
Yeah, man. That's all I got, bro.
All right. We'll be back on Thursday. And like that, we out. This show was presented by betonline.ag.
Bring me my money.